Want some candy?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I hear you looking for candy, man, bitch.
Give me some sugar, baby. Like scary movies.
Want some candy?
All right, this is it. We're here.
Sausage party!
That's right.
Time.
It is the sausage party time at Monster Candy Podcast. How's it going, everybody?
Crossing the streams over here, man.
Crossing the streams. You're never supposed to cross the streams. You're never supposed to cross the streams.
Not us, not when we're doing the Monster Candy Podcast mini-sodes.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. As some of you may or may not know, whenever our dear friend Shotzi Blackheart is away
Kicking
on tour,
ass.
kicking ass, being a wrestler extraordinaire, if it goes too long, we'll do a mini episode where it's just E and I. So this is me, Dominic Davi. You might know me from the band Tsunami Bomb, but I'm here to talk about horror, and I'm with my dear friend Screamin E, singer of the Memphis Murder Men. And again, this is a sausage party mini episode of Monster Candy Podcast.
Yeah, so all you scumbag fans out there better not steal this and pirate it and give it to other people, so some shit, because other people get angry when they do that, scumbag fans.
I think you totally should. In fact, do that.
Yeah, seriously, because Facebook is fucking us, so...
Yeah, honestly, we've been looking at our numbers, and you can totally tell that some of the social media that we use to advertise the show does not reach as many people. So, it's kind of sad. But we're changing up some stuff, and we're going to kind of we got some plans. We got some plans in the works.
And by the time this comes out, I may be in Facebook jail again. Suspended.
Really? Are you about to get kicked off again?
Yes.
What did you do?
So I recently watched Gummo again.
Okay.
The movie, right?
Yeah, I know Gummo.
It was fucking awesome. And I was just putting it up on my social medias, talking about how the best one-liners, the best just lines of any fucking movie ever. It's fucking movie gold.
Okay.
And I was just discussing it, and one of my friends said something about it, and I was like, man, if you ain't never spend any time doing hood rat shit or white trash shit, then fucking pipe down. Dude, notification. We've removed one of your posts due to blah, 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 whatever fucking hate speech bullshit. I'm like...
White trash?
Yeah, apparently. And I was like, huh. So, after a couple, no, this shouldn't be it. I'm like trying to, fucking plead my case. Hey, man. I used to do some of that kind of shit. Fucking wrecking stuff, fucking breaking stuff when you're fucking young and in the woods and whatever. I was just saying that to my friend, and we were discussing the movie, who some would describe as kids doing white trash shit or white trash kids. And I'm white, and I'm like, I wasn't being negative or anything about it. I was just describing things.
Right.
So then I'm still up. Depending on if I'm in Facebook jail by the time this comes out, but it's been a couple days, but they're like, oh, sorry, we took your explanation into account, but it still goes against our standards, but I'm still up, still able to do shit, so we'll see if that changes by whatever. Man, I am a fucking freedom of speech, First Amendment absolutist. You say whatever the fuck you want. If people don't like it, they could fuck off.
You might be a little too extra for Facebook.
I never used to be. I miss MySpace.
Yeah, I don't think that's coming back. Well, today we're here to talk about the movie Overlord.
But first,
it's time for... Oh, here we go. It's going to be weird without her. Horror news!
Horror news! I'm Shotzi Blackheart, suck my balls and eat my butthole.
Yeah, it generally, that pretty much sums her up, but at the same time...
Just doesn't have that.
It doesn't have that...
testicular fortitude that she brings to the tables.
Je ne sais quoi.
With her giant balls.
Je ne sais pas. I don't know how to say it. Qua? I was right the first time. Yeah. No. We miss you, Shotzi. She listens to these episodes when we do them without her, and it was the best compliment was that she was like, I find the show funny. I do enjoy the show when I'm not on it. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. We asked everybody, and everybody kind of like weighed in and said, no, we do want you to do the shows if you got to do mini
More
episodes.
content, man.
But we're gonna do some horror news here,
Or at least a little bit.
at least a little bit of it. So what we can steal from other sites and talk about. But you've been bringing up. Okay, how do you say this toy company? It's not Nika. Is it Nika? NECA?
I'm gonna say NECA until someone corrects me.
All right, it's NECA, and I've only seen it written down. I've never seen anybody say it. I'm sure I could look up on YouTube. Maybe I'll look up on YouTube real quick. While you're talking, I'm gonna look up on YouTube and see if I can see.
So what we're gonna say is fucking NECA is still killing this fucking toy game with all the fucking rad shit they keep coming out with, and it's gonna make me go broke because they're fucking rad.
What's going on? What they got coming out?
Well, they just did a whole bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. They did the ones from the movie, the original, the first movie, which are super NECA.
That seems to be what somebody said. NECA.
All right. Which are super fucking rad. But now they're also but you can only get those ones at GameStop. Mm-hmm. And they're also coming out with like double packs.
Yeah.
They're basically reproduction of the late 80s ones, like the original toys. Mm-hmm. But just, NECA.
Yeah, just that style.
Yeah. But, a little cooler, but they come with like, fucking one of the turtles comes with a foot soldier, and one comes with Krang, and one comes with...
Oh, so each of the they're double packing each
Yeah, and those ones will be at Target.
These guys know what they're doing.
But they're super fucking rad. And among that, another Pennywise, like from the 90s.
Uh-huh.
Miniseries.
Brought that out. I mean, their toys look really,
they're coming
really
out
good.
with that, and they're, just did another fucking, what do you call it, Predator series. Dude, they're just
killing it. There's just so much coming out. There's so much content. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I saw that they are just coming out with the Halloween. They're celebrating Halloween 3 with a line of the Silver Shamrock action figures. So they got all the trick-or-treaters, the masks. Also, they're doing Night of the Creeps to come on with a Tom Atkins, the fucking detective. Really?
Yeah.
Man, it must be the coolest company to work with to popping out all these toys all the time.
Night of the Living Dead, NECA.
I guarantee it's probably not for lack of trying.
Me and Shotzi were discussing. We wonder if there's some sort of copyright or some rights thing.
There must be
because they've done Dawn and Day of the Dead ones.
Right. I'm sure there's something kind of ridiculous. I don't know what the holdup is.
I don't know, but they need to figure it out because I'm reliving my fucking youth right now, my childhood. So.
Yeah, man, like it's hard to resist. I have to really like actively work to resist the urge to give in to collect these stupid toys. So like I mean, I don't and just so you guys know where we record this at E's place, and both he and Shotzi have had these massive collections that are like, I come in here and I see a different thing in their like display cases every time. Like even whether they've gotten something new or not, they have so many cool like toys and you guys got an incredible collection. So it's pretty awesome. It's kind of impressive.
Fuck, I just need more money to buy more toys.
All right, so
I'm like the fucking 40-year-old virgin, except I'm not a virgin. I mean, I'm almost 40, and I don't sell the shit on eBay.
Yeah.
Or did he? No, he just had them. It looks
cool,
right?
though. Yeah,
that was his chick.
But it looks cool, man. It just looks cool. It doesn't look lame. I haven't walked into the apartment yet to see you like playing on the ground with him, going, "Oh, hey."
You mean
having him kiss?
The fucking Spaceball style.
Oh yeah. I told you to knock. I didn't see you play with your dolls, sir.
Same thing I'm going to do to you, big boy.
Well,
oh, your helmet. It's so.
You give great helmet. Oh my god. All right. That's it. I think that's it for horror news. Unless we had something else.
Nah.
Yeah. Let's just keep it nice and simple. You guys got to check out these toys. If you haven't yet, if this is your kind of thing, definitely go online, look it up, check it out. It's worth it. Meanwhile.
Oh yes. Meanwhile.
Overlord.
Over fucking Lord.
You know, okay, just to summarize what this movie is so you all know what we're talking about. Overlord is a movie about on the eve of D-Day, 5th of June 1944, several American paratroopers are dropped behind enemy lines to carry out a mission crucial to the invasion's success: destroy a radio tower built into a little castle of an old French town that the Third Reich uses for communication between Berlin and Normandy's beaches bunkers. Due to the intense enemy fire, the planes are shot down and soldiers die in the landing or killed by Nazis' night patrols after they land. However, a private named Ed Boyce survives to find Corporal Ford, the last-minute incorporation from Italy, and a veteran expert in bombs and explosives, rogue sniper, and also finds rogue sniper Tibbet and war photographer Chase, and finally Private Dawson. And they watch the killing of their superiors as they go into... Ford becomes the leader of the group and goes into the town, and they discover dark forces are at a miss. Classic
Nazis
occult.
being Nazis. They're Nazis Naziing. What are you gonna do?
Nazis Naziing and bringing out all sorts of evil monster zombies. Okay, so first thing I'm going to say about this movie is I think that I was shocked when it came out that a bigger deal wasn't made about this movie.
Yeah.
Because it has practical effects, it has horror, it is World War
Science
II.
fiction.
It's like it's alternate universe World War II. They straight up say that it is. It's like they just
usually anything that has to do with Nazis in World War II is like instant gold.
It
like,
was
people are all like, dude, I want to go see the fucking Dead Snow. Like that movie was fucking horrible, but I know so many people that saw it. They're like,
right.
It's fucking crazy.
I think that Overlord is going to be the kind of movie that gets loved over time.
I could see that.
I went in there going, okay, talk to me. Let's do it. Let's see how it goes. And you immediately figure out that this movie is giving you an alternate universe, and they don't care. There's been some complaints about the historical accuracy of the movie, which is really hilarious because there's monsters and undead creatures in this movie. So, really? But I mean, you know, I looked into it, and the directors, because one of the number one things that jackasses online are saying is like they had a problem with the integrated units, and it's like, yes, in our World War II there were not integrated units, but they said that they cast this movie based on any of the parts could have been played by anybody of any ethnicity, and they just looked around and found the best actors that they thought they found. And then cast them in those roles, and they were like, "This is an alternate universe. So in this universe, this race was not a problem. We didn't need to deal with it." And like the lead actor says, he appreciated it because he's like, it was just a lot of fun, a lot more fun to do this movie. And he goes, and I think that by doing that from the very beginning, like the moment you see into the plane as they're going on, like they're flying, the paratroopers are flying in, you realize that this movie is not Earth. And you're about to go, things are just, you know, it's already like, ditch everything you think you've known. And I was like, I thought that was really well done, and I thought that was a really good idea. And once I knew the reasoning behind it, I was like, yes, definitely. And I don't understand why everybody harps on bullshit like that all the time.
Yeah, that didn't bother me.
No, it's the same thing with Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah,
Hitler didn't die in a movie theater. Like, of course not.
Like shit like that. And, you know, Shotzi first told me about this. She's like, "Did you see this fucking movie, the trailer for this movie? It's about World War II and zombies." I'm like, "No, you know, I didn't see it." And you know, when it came out, I don't see it. And me and her talked about it, and we kind of feel the same way. And I know me and you discussed some things that we think are similar, but that was definitely one of the things I didn't have an issue with. Like, I didn't even really think about it.
No,
like,
I didn't think about it either. I noticed it and went, "Oh,
yeah.
Okay."
Yeah, I was like, oh, when are the zombies? There's gonna be Nazi zombies. Like, what's going on? Like, that was my fucking main focus, and it was a super cool idea.
Yeah.
You know? The problem I did have Shotzi also, kind of agreed, is, man, what was the lead actor's name?
Oh, the lead actor's name was... Oh, I just had it in front of me.
Not... What was the name of the movie? Dobbs or something?
Oh, Boyce.
Boyce,
Yeah, Boyce, the guy from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Jovan Adepo.
Yeah. Him and Kurt Russell's kid.
Wyatt Russell.
Yes.
Son of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn.
Yeah. Not as good looking as Kurt Russell, though. But anyway, I digress.
He had some looks. There were moments where he turned, like especially when he was all bloody, and the way he was talking when he was like
I didn't know that was his kid.
Yeah.
Until you told me, and I was like, okay, I could kind of see it.
He's a bigger dude.
Yeah. Kurt Russell's like my size, like 5'9" or something.
He seems like he's a bigger guy than his parent. Like he looks like I don't know how big he is in real life. I mean, I could probably look and find out.
He's really like Tom Cruise size. They just made him look real big. But no, so the Boyce guy, and Kurt Russell's kid, man, they just did not seem period in it. The Italian kid, the kid from Brooklyn who's always like, I'm a wisecracking Italian guy, hey, in the army, like.
Right.
Fucking played it like, yeah,
he's 6'1", so he's like my height. Yeah. Exactly. So he is bigger than... I think... I'm gonna look and see if he's... I'm gonna see how tall Kurt Russell is. I'm just going down this
see, height. But, yeah, that's the thing that bugged me. Because they just seemed a little out of place. And fucking Kurt Russell's kid, dude, I don't look at you and think of fucking tough army...
5'9". Kurt Russell's 5'9".
Yeah. So if he's listed at that, he's probably like 5'8", 5'7.5", maybe.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that was my biggest gripe. Was I'm like,
you just didn't feel their period.
Yeah, like they seemed like they were modern day people.
Do you think they got that direction on purpose?
I don't know.
I mean, it seemed kind of intentional. It seemed like they were trying to like translate it. Some of the actors, the way that they made their appearances and stuff, it kind of felt like I wonder if it was purposeful is the word I'm looking for.
Maybe, I don't know, but it bugged the shit out of me. That, and because I've already seen fucking Kurt Russell Jr. in a bunch of other movies where he plays like a fucking dumb stoner dude.
Wasn't that a series?
He was in was it a Black Mirror or like Room 247 or maybe a Black Mirror episode, I think. And then he's in another like some fucking weird ass series where he plays just like this goofy dude, which to me, all I saw was like Spicoli trying to play some fucking army sergeant that's supposed to be this tough fucking gnarly badass. I didn't buy it 1 second. I'm like, you're like a Spicoli stoner surfer guy. Like, you don't fucking strike me as that, but that bugged me. But aside from that, I thought it was a pretty interesting premise.
I dug it, man. It felt like I don't know. It was kind of fun horror movies that I really enjoy that are out now, that come out. Where it really, I like the period piece. I like the alternate world piece. I like that they just didn't give a shit and they went for it, and I liked how it evolved. It's not even like I've talked about before on the show how I like a slow burn like The Witch, or I like the slow burn like what's it called, the movie that everybody flipped out over that we kept getting Shotzi screaming about.
Hereditary.
Hereditary. Like I love slow burns like that. I don't know why I couldn't remember that movie. No, not gonorrhea. Don't like that kind of slow burn. And this movie doesn't feel like a slow burn. It just feels like it builds up to a climax of like, now you're going to see just how crazy what the Nazis are doing to people, and how they build it up really well while keeping in the movie going. But I don't know. I remember Shotzi told me that her big problem with this movie, there wasn't a werewolf. They didn't throw in the Nazi werewolf into it, or an anti-Nazi werewolf. But it was like that it did kind of have that feel, like it was like sort of off the rails, like be something crazy. Like they could have had the serum like affect somebody weirdly.
Like they put in some dogs or some shit.
Yeah. So it was definitely I was into it, and I almost wished it had gone crazier, just because it was pretty straightforward what they were doing. When it really got down to it, it was pretty straightforward and simple. It's a simple little story, but it's a good one. It's well executed, and I think that I feel like it should have gotten a lot more love from people, but I guess it did okay. I see that it cost about $38 million. They made 41.7. This was produced by J.J. Abrams and Lindsay Weber, so it does not take place in the Cloverfield universe. It is completely standalone. Directed by Julius Avery. But I mean, it made money, but it didn't make a lot of money, huh?
Orange Julius.
That's what his name is, man. I'm just calling it out. I like the fact that the movie featured a lot of practical effects. It felt real, and it was obvious they did. You know, they did not go with standard CGI, and if they did any CGI, it looks like they did it to just enhance up. I'm sure that the plane sequence in the beginning was all CGI and stuff, but
which is how it should be done.
I think that this movie handled CGI the way that I wanted to see it. I like CGI when it enhances what they already have. Like, you take a makeup and maybe take parts of it so that, like, when the guy's face is blown off, maybe they take the illusion that makeup does and make it even better, like deepen it a little bit more and make it a little bit more active. I think that's perfect. I'm into that. I like CGI. I just don't like it when it goes crazy.
When it becomes the main focus of something, it starts to look obvious and fake. Yeah. And then you're like, that would have been way better if it was a fucking puppet.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean?
I mean, even the sequence in the beginning, I found out that the sequence where the soldiers are jumping from a burning plane was actually done by rigging a plane on a gimbal and then tilting it, and, like, the stuntmen fell into fire. Like, I mean, that was all, like, they went for this,
They made a movie.
They made a good movie. And obviously the title of the film, for anybody, for anyone who's not a World War II buff, it's called Overlord. It's a reference to Operation Overlord, which was the code name for the Allied operation of the Battle of Normandy. If you don't know what that is, Jesus
Goddamn, you're a fucking
like,
communist.
Please go read up on World War II, because it was pretty ridiculously huge. It was essentially part of D-Day. It was a successful event.
It's the reason why we're not speaking German, people.
It's a successful invasion of Nazi-occupied Europe. I just really love this. I love this movie. I'm really fond of it. You know what I mean? It's like, is it everything I wanted? I mean, I guess not. But it's like, but do I love it? It's like, I just feel like it needed more. It deserved more love. It should have got more love.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Like I said, for me, that just them not pulling off, acting like they're from the fucking.
You wanted to see that
or 40s,
that
you know what
technique.
I mean? Like,
yeah.
But again, it wouldn't have been as bad or as noticeable if all of the guys, all the actors did it. Mm-hmm. Like in their platoon or in their like little group they had.
If they just were like, they gave you a modern day version of some of these guys. I felt like it kind of went in and out, especially when it came to Boyce, the main. I thought, like, when he was talking about Louisiana and how he just felt like he got thrown in, like, he's like, 3 months ago I was mowing the lawn, and it's
because I don't know much or anything about the actor himself, but I feel like he probably could have done better. But, like, if you're from fucking Louisiana, where's your southern drawl? Where, you know what I mean?
He's English. We're probably lucky we got the American accent. Yeah, he hasn't actually done a lot.
But, like, shit like that, I'm like, man. It's whatever. When exactly did they give the specific year it was?
But this movie was supposed to take place.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 1944. Yeah, it's 1944, and it's like the eve of D-Day.
Right.
Like the next morning, the morning that they're all like, that's right.
Yeah.
So, when he at the end of the movie, they're on D-Day at that point.
So I guess him being English might have made it a little tougher, because if you're gonna be a young black kid from Louisiana, you're not going to talk like that. You're going to have way more of a southern accent.
I like the actor. I mean, I thought he did a good job, but I see what you're saying. I mean, I did feel a little bit of modern, like, to the point where I thought that the actor that played the Italian guy. I guess.
Hey,
it was
Vinny
Tibbet.
Barbarino.
It was Tibbet, right? That was the
Yeah.
guy's name, John Magaro.
The kid who looked like Boner from Doogie Howser, MD.
Yeah, he. I kind of felt like he was like, I feel like that he nailed that so well. They're like, okay, you do that, be that guy,
Yeah.
like be that classic Italian
And
World
maybe-
War II character from Brooklyn.
Maybe he set the bar so high for their little group that I was like,
I think he probably did because he nailed it. I
'Cause
mean,
he
it's a
na-
classic character, that
Right.
Italian Brooklyn soldier in World War II movies. I can't think. I know we've seen this character a few times in movies.
yeah.
So
and,
it's like
and any token Italian guy on any TV show, like,
is basically this
is
guy.
that guy.
Yeah,
He was fucking Boner in
somebody
Howser.
found it really funny and has just kept it going forever. But I think
But
that
hey man, I know fucking Italians from everyone I
do
fucking know.
who do sound
Italians
like
from the East Coast in New York City and Brooklyn and shit like that. That's them.
yeah,
Like,
they nailed it.
yeah. So
But yeah, no, I think Tibbet nailed it, and I kind of felt like he nailed it, and then with those guys, they were like, "No, I want you to be just, we want you to play this a little bit more now,
yeah,
because like to make people maybe make them more appealing."
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but you know who I think did an amazing job. I do not know how to fucking say his name. It's like Pilau Asbek, but it's the guy who played Waffner, the Nazi officer. Like, I thought that dude played it great.
Yeah.
Like, he was menacing and creepy when he needed to be, tough when he needed to be, kind of a wussy when he needed. I think he just nailed all of his notes and was a great villain. If anything, I felt like the third act for him was a bit rushed as soon as he went monster.
Yeah, I was a little like, oh, okay, so we're doing this now.
Yeah, and instead of him, like, I kind of wanted to see him.
More of a setup.
I don't know what exactly. If I'm going to be critical of this part, I don't know exactly what I wanted more of. I guess it's just at a certain point, the actor did such a great job in the first. In I guess the second act is when he shows up. In the second act, his first, when he's just that creepy Nazi soldier running this town, officer, and he just nails it note per note. But then when he goes monster, he's just kind of like more. There's nothing to it, you know.
Just make loud
I'm a
noises and be
monster.
angry.
Yeah, it's like, it's like I don't know what I wanted differently, but I kind of wanted him to, like, I felt like they could have done a little bit more with that character in the third.
Well,
Because he wasn't mindless, he was still himself.
Yeah.
He just was going like. Well, I mean,
He was
just
really
had his
angry.
He had his face shot off, and then he injected himself full of
But I
shit.
feel like that part of the story could have been developed a little more, just as far as like what monster, like what are you gonna do here, like it's what kind of
what's
monster are you
happening?
gonna be, you know?
Yeah, like. Sorry to yawn. It's late. Like, I'm not bored with this conversation. I'm just tired. No, but I think that. I think that it was like a draft. It needed one more draft. It was like one shy of really being fleshed out. Because I liked everything I saw, but I wanted to go a little further.
Yeah.
I wanted there to be a little bit more clarity. I don't know. And I'm not trying to say to be a video game. I'm not trying to say like, oh, he needed to like get big and monsters. I wanted him to have more emotional depth in that last part. And maybe I wanted to see even more zombies. And maybe I wanted a werewolf. I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
that part was a little misleading from the trailer. It seemed like it was gonna be way more like Nazi zombies and
right.
creatures, but
It actually, the program wasn't developed to that point. Like this was before. Like this was leading to that, but it hadn't quite got there
yeah,
yet.
there's a couple guys that are like crazy and guys from their platoon, not to give too much away, but
I almost wonder if they didn't let enough out. Like they didn't. If they didn't let enough out. What the hell is that supposed to mean? What I'm trying to say is maybe they edited certain things out because they had other soldiers that they injected, and they had that. I thought they'd bring more of them out, and it would be more of a thing. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
it was
going to happen there.
yeah. It was like some sprinkles of scientific experimentation going
I
on.
feel like there was a disconnect okay, remember when we talked about House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yeah, there was two movies.
Where it was two
Yeah.
movies, and we get to that end part when they go underground, and all of a sudden everything takes a turn. You're like, wow, this is now we're somewhere else. And that somewhere else was rad. If it had gotten a setup, it just kind of came out. It just seemed disconnected from everything else in the movie that Rob Zombie had going on.
Yeah.
My problem with this is, it's not that they're disconnected, but the character's definitely disconnected from himself in the first part. You know, I don't know. I guess I'm being a little critical, but I guess I wanted to see more about the scientist that started this. I wanted more about like how, like the whole what the end game was with this gunk that they'd found that they were infecting everybody with and what it was doing. I wanted to see more about like just, I guess I wanted to go more crazy. I wanted a little bit more scale on the monster, but I mean maybe
they could have let into that stuff a little earlier and added more of it, I think. Yeah. Instead of taking, it was like, oh, here's this Band of Brothers movie, and we know there's some mad scientist shit going on. Right. But you don't really see it, and then you see a little bit of it. And then all of a sudden, the fucking main dude turns into a crazy monster. Right. You're like, okay, well, all right. But they almost set him up like he was going to go. I mean, this might be a preconceived notion planted in my head from, comic books and shit already around. Like, but it had like, oh, so he's going to be like a Red Skull type, like, creature because he's super, like, articulate and but angry and rageful inside, but he turns into like a fucking disaster, which makes sense too in the movie. But it was just like a hard turn to the monster part. It just felt like they kind of they kind of went a little too paint by numbers by the last act, and it's like. I'm being critical. We're sitting here trying to be critical on a movie that we actually liked. I mean, I like this movie. I want to own it. I want to watch it again. It's definitely a movie that I would pop in. I want that. But like, yeah, I'm just kind of thinking like there's a couple missed opportunities at the end to really make this crazy. Like for example, Wyatt Russell's character Ford could have been the werewolf. Like if for some whatever reason, like there could have been more different types of experiments. Could have went. I don't know why I'm harping on the werewolf, but I agree. But Shotzi and I agree that more werewolves is never a bad thing. Like, and how rad would it have been to have two monsters that one face the skeleton and then a giant. Could have totally done. Could have used more Swamp Thing vibe. I was about to say Army of Darkness vibe, but like, yes, same kind of thing. You just want it to go a little crazy. Fucking making crazy ass creatures. Yeah, a little bit more 50s in it. Yeah. It didn't have enough 50s melodrama. Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm saying, but it was fun. But somebody who nailed where it nailed the 50s melodrama was and it just did go batshit. Was actually one of my favorite parts about this movie was Ian D. Kestecker, who plays Leo Fitz on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I always liked him in that show until I gave up on that show because it just I can only hang on for so long. I wanted to love it forever, but it lost me. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. lost me. I more power to you out there if you're listening, if you're still hanging in on that show. But he was Chase, the photographer. And he's the test, like, he gets shot, and they give him the injection, and that's how they find out stuff is going crazy. And his entire sequence of waking up after dying was awesome. Yeah, that was good. Like, watching that for the first time made me go, oh my god, this movie. I think that's why I thought things were going to go really fucking crazy. Because his whole it is straight Army of Darkness nuts. Oh yeah. It's Swamp Thing nuts. It's just nuts. It's like his whole, like the way his skin's sagging, the way things break, and the way he reacts to paint. Like, it's very slapsticky fucking. But also craziness. Still scary. Yeah. Like not scary. I mean, I wasn't like scared, but it was like. But in that, if you got shot, I injected you with some shit, and then you came up and you did some of the things I would be like, oh god damn.
Like, we're gonna have to kill you. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna kill you.
Right.
This is a terrible, terrible idea, E. I'm really sorry.
Nice and gentle.
Like, he's just like thirsty and like starts sweating and he's just like breathing hard and like looking around. His eyes are all dilated and crazy. I was like, wow, this guy is nailing this.
Yeah.
And I think that is ramped up so much in that second act, that scene. Maybe that's what it is that after that scene, the third act doesn't, as awesome as it is, because like I said, I think Waffner's face and everything is awesome. Maybe that's what it is like, other than his makeup and how he looks and how they created how damaged Waffner looks in his monstrous form, like maybe I wanted more
of that, yeah.
Because of the seeing the bones, the sticking out, like everything, the performance of
it went over the top for sure, and then
yeah, that guy killed it.
Yeah, there needed to be more monsters and werewolves.
Yeah, and like I didn't like just a glimpse of the ant, you know, that was infected. I want more. Like show me.
Yeah,
I'm into it. Like I like the hints, but then we never really saw.
Like they could have done that more in the beginning. Like,
and it could have been scarier too.
Yeah.
Like, I think they blew that a little bit in the small little, like, startle jump scare scene.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, because that's just supposed to be the indication that something's really wrong. You know, I feel like that was the moment where they're like, something else is going on here. This is not just... That's where it took a turn from being a war movie to being something more. Yeah. And I guess it could have gone a little bit more horror.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm not unhappy. I'm not unhappy with that movie.
So that being said, how many cute little zombie candy corns are you gonna give it?
I'm gonna give it 4.
Whoa, 4 really?
I'm giving it 4 cute little zombie candy corns because I found it, even with the flaws that I'm criticizing. Okay, I'm gonna say I'll give it 3.5. I was highly entertained with this movie. I'd like to see more movies like this. I want people to watch this movie because I want more movies. I want more World War II horror movies. I want more World War I horror movies. I like period pieces when they're done right. I'd like them to try a little harder. I love this. I like practical effects with just a little CGI to help them along. I think that there's so much this movie does right. It outweighs what it doesn't quite get, and I love it, and I want to see more of it. So I'll say 3.5. I was about to give it 4, but then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I'll dial it back to 3.5.
I feel you.
3.5 zombie candy corns. I say 3.5, and it's a must see. If you haven't seen it, and you like good horror with good practical effects, you like zombies, you like creature, you just like a creature feature, you like monster candy.
There you go.
This is a good movie to go see.
Well, you know what Screamin E says.
What does Screamin E say?
Balls. I don't know what the fuck I say. I say a lot of shit that gets me fucking
say
banned on social medias.
You say
Fuck.
One could say you say too much.
Probably.
One could say you say too much.
But hey, it's my fucking awesome. I'm gonna give it 2.5.
2.5.
Zombie
Okay.
candy corns.
Less than average.
Yeah, I mean,
3's our average. So now you're going below average.
yeah, it could have been better in my eyes. You know,
Hold
it
it
was
to our eyes.
entertaining,
Right.
but the guys not being real air specific in the way they acted took me out of it, because one of the guys like fucking nailed it like to a T. That guy was like, oh, you guys just aren't, and I just think fucking Kurt Russell Jr. His name is Kurt Russell Jr. from now on. He should just change it to Kurt Russell Jr. Just, he's not fucking, like, I look at him, I don't think, and I'm not saying every dude in the military needs to be some fucking jarhead, guy, but
his hair didn't seem right.
just nothing about him seemed right. Like, even the guys that are still a little like, nerdy, or maybe not as like typically masculine and macho as you would expect someone in the military to be.
Right.
Like, you still get a glimpse, like you still get an impression of, God damn, that's a badass.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it was fake badassery.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if you look at all the World War II movies, and you get, and fucking people have their, family, their grandparents, and great, in the fucking war, a lot of those guys are scared shitless. They're all scared shitless, But even when we see, like, the real life stuff, the fucking guys are crying, and yeah, it's fucking scary. But you're still like, God damn, that guy's a fucking badass for even being there. Kurt Russell Jr. just didn't even. I didn't look at him. And I didn't think badass in any sense of the word, or like, oh man, he can really fucking handle some shit right now. I was like, nope, he looks like he should be eating fucking a bag of Doritos and fucking.
He had mono during this. He lost 25 pounds because of mono while filming this movie. But you still feel like he should have had Doritos.
Yeah, I'm like,
okay, I got a fucked up question for you though. This is fucked up.
Yeah.
Would his dad done a better job of this?
Fuck yes.
If a young Kurt Russell had been playing this part, would you be on board? That's a trick question because I seriously like Kurt Russell could be in anything and I'm on board.
Yeah.
In fact, since I'm talking about period pieces that are horror movies and I want more of them, Bone Tomahawk with his dad, Kurt Russell. That movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
We should do a piece on that movie.
Yeah.
But came out in 2015. Bone Tomahawk.
Check it
Cowboy
out.
Time. Old West. It's a Western horror movie. It's awesome. We'll talk about it another time. Features this guy's dad kicking ass.
But see, fucking Kurt Russell has that. Even though when he was younger, like fucking Snake Plissken, fucking
See, this
the
would be
Thing, fucking Jack Burton, like all those fucking.
He's a
characters he
bravado.
played. Yeah. Fucking Wyatt Earp, like. He may look like he has like a baby face or whatever, but he has that ability to fucking.
There's a hardness there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that kid, and plus he still kind of had that like, whoa, kind of draw when he would speak.
He did kind of have a Southern California.
He's like, whoa, bro. Like that's the kind of shit I'm like, fuck. So that took me out of the movie a lot. And so yeah,
Right.
It just missed it a little bit for me. I mean, it was entertaining. Don't get me wrong. You guys should check it out.
Right.
But it was just, shit like that bugs me. Like to the point where I'm like, fuck. Like, certain characters are stupid looking. Like, can we just talk about this for one fucking second?
Okay.
Child's Play, this fucking reboot.
Oh, why don't we talk about that in the horror news part?
Well, we're gonna talk about it right fucking now.
All right,
man.
here's a little bonus set. Bonus time. 42 minutes
All
in.
right.
Bonus time now.
We'll probably talk about this again when Shotzi's here because something she went. But real quick, and this is gonna be. I'll fucking talk about this as many times as I can. The whole fucking AI crazy, AI gone mad and killing things like. That's cool if you want to make a movie. That's a completely different movie about that shit. The premise, the entire fucking premise of Child's Play was a fucking criminal used black magic to put his soul into a doll.
Yes.
He possessed a doll and it killed people. It was a human soul in a doll killing people. Not... this fucking...
Oh, so the new one's going to be an AI.
Yeah. So it's like a fucking scan thing, but it seems like it goes crazy. Yeah.
I didn't know that was
what I'm gathering from the fucking the preview, the trailers I've seen.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I could be wrong. Like
this we need to revisit. This is a discussion. We should do Child's Play with Shotzi and then break down on this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, that from what it appears to be is just fucking, some robot doll going crazy. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What? That's completely not even the point of this. Fuck, just make a new movie. Which goes back to, if you're gonna redo a movie that's art, like, a fucking classic, a fucking cult classic, whatever, and you change one of the main premises of it, just make a fucking new movie.
Okay. This is going to be in its entire episode.
Yes.
Maybe this will be the next episode. We'll try. Let's see
right.
if we can see if Shotzi's down.
There we go.
Yeah, but I want to talk more about this.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening.
This is Screamin E.
And this is Dominic Davi. Thank you for enjoying a sausage party episode of Monster Candy Podcast. And we will see you next time. Check out Overlord. I think that's in. Check it out. Let us know what you think.
Check it out, Boss X.
And we will talk about it.
Yeah, man.
Take care, everyone. Eat a banana. You've been listening to Monster Candy Podcast. Want to find out more about the show? Find us on the web at monstercandypodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Monster Candy Podcast. And you can find our Twitter at MonsterCNDYPC. Hey, we couldn't fit the whole name. What do you want from us? Let us know what you think of the show and if we're right or if we're wrong or what you want us to tackle next. We want to hear from you. Well, Shotzi and I do, but I can promise that E doesn't really care. To find out more about Shotzi Blackheart and her professional wrestling, follow her Twitter at Shotzi Black or her Instagram at Shotzi Blackheart. You can follow Screamin E's band, the Memphis Murder Men, on Facebook at TMMM official page or his Instagram at Screamin E. That's screaming with no G, add the E. For me, Dominic Davi, you can find my artwork at dominicdavi.com, my band Tsunami Bomb at tsunamibomb.net, and you can hear my other podcast, 3 Gigs, at 3gigspodcast.com or on the same platform you're hearing this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Monster Candy Podcast.